Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial of Python. So in this tutorial, today we're gonna talk about Python's data types. So in a programming language, the data type is a really important concept. So variables can store data of different types, and different type can do different things. So those are the things they sit on the W3C website. If you want to check out, the link I will put just below the video. Let's just check those normally types. So normally we're using the text type string. So as you can see here, we need two quotation marks, and between them is our string types. So we can type sentence or words or even letters in here. And there are numeric types, like int is for int value. So int value is a whole number, can only be a whole number. But when you want to use decimals, you can use a float. Float allows decimals to be stored in the variables. There is also another type called complexities. So that's complex numbers. So if you don't know what's complex number, you don't have to. I just didn't put here. So if you need the complexity, you can just go to the website and check it out. There are also some sequence type, like normally we use list for storing multiple informations or disk, and there are also dictionaries type. And there's both types for true or false, and the bits type shows those datas in the base and where it is stored, memory view. So let's just see what's happening here. So the first line is x equal hello world. So as you can see here, hello world is a string types, but I didn't specify its string because when you put two quotation mark here, it will automatically become a string types. So let's check it out if it's a string type or not. As you can see here, the class for the first x, is string, and it points out the value that's stored in this x variables. So how did I do this? Is you can see on the second line of code, I see the point and the string type x. So you may understand what string. So string is cover something from a different format into a string types. So but what's the type? What's the type format? So what type does is it tells what's this variable or the value stored in this variable. Is it what type for is these variables? So when I use the type, it checks the value stored in the x and determine what type it is. And afterwards, I string the types. So you have to remember, you still need to cover the value. You still need to cover those informations if you want to combine with some other words. So after that, I just give it two space and then point out the x. So x is already a string type, as you can see here. X is already string type, so only string can combine with a string to form a sentence. And let's check out the next. So next we got x equal 20. So as you can see here, this time I didn't use any quotation marks and it's just straight 20. So what this tells Python is I want to assign an int value rather than a string value. So what an int value can do is int value can do calculations and plus, minus, and even the brackets, all of stuff. So as you can see here, point string type x. So first it checks out the x types. So now x has been changed to 20, and 20 is int values. And as you can see here, when it points out what type it is, it's also an int type. And I also string this type format into a string format. But in here, you can see I use the string again in here, but not in the upper one, which is because the x in here actually is becoming a string int values. So if you want to combine int value with a string value, you must cover the int value into a string. So to do this, you did the same thing. Just put a string before the variable you want to cover, and then use the brackets to put the variable in. And after that, you can see it points out that the class for this type of variable is int type, and we got a value of 20. Let's check out the third one. So the third one is 20.5. This time you see some decimals in there, like 5, 0.5. So it's still the same thing. I just cover it into the string. So for this part, even though they are the different types for int and float types, as you can see here, int and float types. But when you cover it, you just need to state what type of format or you want to cover it into. So the x, so let's check out last one. The last one is a list. So in a list type, you can store multiple words or sentences inside even one variables, and you can just use those information one by one, or you can use it once for all. So in here, you see the first I didn't change much. It's still same as the one that after the float. So why you can see here, but the thing you can see here is I still converted the x into a string, because even though you can see here I used the quotation marks, but this value is a list values or list data types. For list data types, you can't combine it with a string value. You still have to convert it into a string value. So then you can combine that together and point out in just one point functions in a single lines. So here is some exercises I left for you guys. You guys can try for these videos. There are also something types I didn't talk in these videos. If you don't know what type of those is, you can check out the link I put under the video. Or in the next video, I will talk about other those data types. So thanks for watching this video, and see you in my next video.